Just when you think Jada Pinkett Smith can't get any worse, now she's blaming her red table talk for her adultery.
Hey up everyone, it's me, Steph the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, and I'm joined of course by our erstwhile leader, Andy Signor. How are you doing today, hon?
I'm doing much better. Thanks, everybody keeps asking. Yes, my eye is healing. I hope to be in studio next week, so thank you for bearing with us in my hunched over camera, and thank you, Steph, for helping me continue to get the voice out there. And you guys have been eating up this Jada story, and now we have a follow-up. Just when I thought it was ending, she keeps going, Steph, and this time, I just still can't even believe it. She's blaming the red table talk for her adultery. Let's get to this. This woman can take no accountability herself. No. There's always an excuse, right, Steph? There's always some reason why she did wrong. Now, in this article from EW, let's get to the quote. They're talking about it, and the slap comes up. You do get into the Oscar slap, talking about the book, the slap between Will and Chris. Did you have any discussions with Will, especially about what that moment took on to mean in the media and how it may have reflected on you and your relationship? Now, again, very pointed question, interesting question. What did you guys really talk about after the slap? What really caused the slap, right? Here's her response. It's so unfortunate. Just this patriarchal construct of how if a man does something unsavory, it is the woman's fault no matter what. She's the brain. And I truly didn't help that. I created that false narrative at my own red table, or allowed that false narrative and assisted that false narrative of being the adulterous wife. Surely it didn't help that moment. Knowing what the societal standards or ideas of the power of feminine and the evil temptress that can somehow make the masculine energy around her do things that he doesn't want to do. We're going to keep going, but my God, the buzzwords, and God, I can't stand the way she speaks. I did find it a bit astounding of how people just ran with these assumptions, but it just goes to show you the level of sexism that still exists within our culture. That's what it is.
She's blaming sexism now on top of red table talk and everything else. God.
I understand that people really didn't understand that moment because Will had never done anything like that, and people just weren't privy to what was happening behind the scenes in regards to his personal journey and our journey together. But the fact that he somehow lost his ability to, that I somehow stole his autonomy in that moment was really, I mean, it was fascinating to watch, even for me. I was like, wow, it was quite a study on my part. But I could sit comfortably knowing, well, I had nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, my main focus was I really want to make sure that Will was okay because something was not right. Now, I want you to notice the question was what about Will, right, Steph? How did that go? How did that feel? And the entire answer is it's not my fault. It wasn't my fault. See, it's all sexism, red table talk, blah, 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 blah. And literally, I could sit there knowing, well, I had nothing to do with this. You, TZ8, what do you... Nothing to do with it. The whole red table talk, Steph, was her idea. This idea of constantly oversharing family dynamics and private moments. We have footage of Jada forcing Will on camera on her Instagram to promote Pearl, whatever, their family counselor therapist. She was literally making Will, our marriage counselor says that we needed blah, blah, blah. And Will's like, can you not put the phone in my face? Social media is my livelihood, and I'm not just going to do this in my home. And Jada's like, oh my God, he's so annoying. That's what we're reacting to, Jada. You seem to just, you constantly want to put out this narrative, and she's admitting it in the quote, Steph. I'm losing my mind over this woman because she's so full of it. She's so full of it, and she forgets that we got receipts, hours of this dumb show that she's the producer and head of. That she's the one that put out there to make this whole thing even more complicated. And so I'm so beyond this idea that, yeah, of course it's Red Table Talk's fault, but she's trying to blame the show and not herself. Because to me, and I don't know about you, Steph, I want to get your thoughts on this. To me, they're one and the same. Jada Pinkett Smith is Red Table. Like, that's her forcing that, let's all talk it out. Let's all put the emotion out. Let's all reveal everything. Let's be transparent. And now we're learning, and she's even said it, the false narrative, the lies that she was telling on this show where she was oversharing stuff that wasn't even true, apparently. My God, does she not even see the hypocrisy and frustration of her own words exposing herself? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. I mean, she's turning around in this quote here and saying, you know, that it had nothing to do with her. It had everything to do with her. What the frick is she talking about? You know, Will Smith literally at the Oscars turns around and says, you know, keep my wife's name out of your mouth as he's shouting that to Chris Rock. The whole incident was all about her, and for her to turn around and say, you know what? I had nothing to do with this. It's like, who is she trying to kid here? It's insane. It's nuts that she's trying to square the circle and turn around and say, actually, 2 + 2 = 5 rather than 4. Please believe me. It
and
makes
sexism.
no damn logical sense. And sexism as well, yeah. Let's blame it on sexism. You know what? Let's blame it on elephants, llamas, the whole freaking zoo at this point, Andy, because my goodness, she's gonna, yeah, taxes, the government, the Illuminati. I mean, come on, Scientology. I mean, who freaking knows with this woman at this point, you know? She'll blame everyone and everything but herself.
Yeah. Facts. And this whole question was about Will, and she's exactly trying to justify all her actions. It's so telling. Listen to her spin. And I still got to quote it again. It was quite or it was the last thing she said was like, I knew I had nothing to do with it. Oh, and then I made sure Will was okay. Like literally her last thought, just all about cover my ass. Oh, and I was making sure Will was okay. That should have been your first thought in the moment. And that's what we're reacting to, because you didn't have that thought in the moment. You sat there proud. She was proud that Will did that. She sat there, and now maybe she wasn't, and she was trying to keep her cool. But I'm sorry, show a reaction. Like, go console him. Are you okay? Like, show us something. Like, she did nothing. And then she didn't say anything until now. The woman is ridiculous. But anyway, so that's the answer. What's far more interesting is people didn't see Will do that. People didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. That, to me, was what the question was. And she still is not really answering that, right, Steph? She keeps changing what the relationship is. We're not together. We're divorced. It's not on paper, but then we're not. We're life partners. Bad marriage for life. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on, and I don't care. And so what's interesting here, you found this other piece that I want to get to, Steph. So they had been leading single lives for a few years at the time that the Men in Black star wasn't really ready to tell the world that. Now she's basically saying she wanted to go to Red Table Talk to reveal the whole August Alsina thing and basically say to the world, well, you know, we were going to do it then, but we haven't been together, and this happened during that time. Basically, yet again, Jada trying to justify her entanglement, her affair, let's call it what it is, her affair with her child's friend. Let's call it for what it is, Steph. She wants to keep justifying that. And now in hindsight, well, we were going to go on the Red Table Talk, and I was going to go myself and say all this. But we were going to do it, but then apparently Will wasn't comfortable with that. When we got to the table, Will wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for the world to know that basically that the relationship was over, I guess. Even though she just went on Copy to say it's not. Apparently, which one is it, Jada? We'll never know. But she says here, he wasn't ready for the world to know that. I had to respect that. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to. Notice how evil, there it is, the manipulation and narcissism coming in. Yeah. Well, yeah, I wanted to respect it. I mean, I didn't have to respect that guy, so give me some credit. I could have just done it without because I have every right to do whatever the hell I want. But I wanted to respect it because he's a pussy. But I was ready. I was ready to go and tell sorry, I'm having trouble with this. Tell the world and about let go of the person I had created around myself that had put me in this golden cage. So basically, it's all Will's fault. Will put her in this cage, even though she has apparently no ability to leave and divorce. It's all Will's call, but she can do whatever she wants. My God, this woman is a train wreck. This woman is a train wreck. And again, all Red Table's fault. Now, what's interesting, it's Red Table's fault, but now she's acknowledging she wanted to go on the Red Table Talk to tell more. And what's interesting now is Will made it clear he didn't want this topic to be on the red table. Did he, Steph? No. He wasn't comfortable. Jada wanted to respect that. Well, now when she has a book to sell, that's out the window. Now she doesn't have red table talk anymore because no one's buying it because everyone's fed up with it. It's canceled. Let's call it what it is. It's canceled. And now without red table talk, she'll just do it in interviews. She's basically doing the thing that she's blaming in the previous page we had up. She's blaming Red Table Talk for it all. Oh, it's Table Talk's fault. Oh, but I'll still do it even when I don't have the red table. Do you guys see this? Am I crazy? Are you seeing the amount of manipulation and just evilness that this woman keeps putting out into the world? I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Steph, anything else to add to this?
Well, in terms of what we just discussed here, not only is she throwing Red Table Talk under the bus, but she's also throwing Will Smith under the bus yet again, turning around and saying, look, at the time I was more than happy to announce to the world that we had separated a couple of years ago, whatever, right? But Will Smith didn't want to, and so, you know, you guys would have known sooner and would have understood sooner, but you know what, Will Smith didn't want that, so it's Will Smith's fault. Lass, you're the one that had the entanglement. You're the one that had the affair. She's the freaking bed. Like, oh my goodness. It's just so frustrating how she tries to make herself out to be. You know, I'm still innocent. I've done nothing wrong. No, you did all kinds of wrong. And
it's that damn red table that makes us talk about stuff that I make us talk about.
Right. Right? And all these rumours that she's trying to get Red Table Talk back. But it's all Red Table Talk's fault. Well, if it's all Red Table Talk's fault, then why would you want to bring it back?
Dude, I don't use this word as often as the internet does. I would say Amber is one, and I would say Jada is proving to be one. This woman is a psychopath. Like, she can do no wrong. She will step on anybody she's got to make herself worthy. The self-worth is just, it's ego. And it's just ugly what this woman's doing and all the stuff she's putting out there. This isn't some like personal story she needs to put out there. It's her whole press tour has become I'm trying to, my marriage, my divorce, and I can do this and I can do that. Girl, we don't care. We don't care. You're not inspiring anybody. Nobody lives like this. This is not relatable to no one. This is a mess, which Will has now even called it. This relationship is a mess, and you guys got to take it offline and go live privately. And can we all unsubscribe from this feed? I don't want any more. Are you with me, audience, Steph? Thoughts, final thoughts?
I'm all good with the whole daily or weekly, the newest, stupid, dumbest thing that Jada has said. I'm all for the team.
Oh, of course. I'm saying if she was smart, she would stop.
Oh, yeah. If she was smart, she would stop. But she ain't smart and she ain't stopping, so we're carrying on. On that bombshell, guys, if you appreciated this video and you want more, make sure you subscribe to Popcorn Planet, turn the notification bell to all, like this video and comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Go one step further, join today, become a member of the Popcorn Planet tier for as little as $5.99 a month and get exclusive content from Andy himself. Andy, any last words before we go?
No, just thank you all for watching. And as I recoup again, thanks to Steph. Make sure to subscribe to Steph the Alternate. Subscribe here, hit the bell, and we'll be back with more content. We got a big one coming, guys. We got a big one. It's a Harry and Meghan video you're not going to want to miss, an exclusive that's going to make some people upset. And I can't wait. So hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned because we are not going to give them the privacy they thought.
Hi, sugars! And here are some videos on the screen right now. You'll want to clickety-click, clickety-click.